What's up, team? Mikey Bell here with Outdoor Adventure Training, and today we're bringing to you a 15-minute follow-along core routine for runners. Most runners overlook or completely neglect core training, but I would argue that having a strong and stable core musculature is just as, if not more important than, having strong and stable legs. In one of my favorite running books of all time, Chi Running, Danny Dreyer talks heavily about running from your center, where all of our chi is located. And really, this workout is all about activating some of that chi and core energy so you can run more effortlessly and with greater efficiency. You are going to need a few simple tools to make this workout happen. Number one, a mat. We're gonna be doing some floor exercises, really emphasizing that core engagement. You're also going to need a resistance band or a cable. I have a resistance band carabinered on to my garage door, and we're gonna be doing different walkout movements and twisting movements to really get that core and also some glute engagement. If you're a runner looking to round out your training program with some strength and stability training, check out our Ridge Runner Training Program at OutdoorAdventureTraining.com, a 7-day free trial, full cardiovascular programming, as well as all that strength and stability training that is so important to reduce your risk of injury and enhance your performance. So we'll go ahead and open up the Outdoor Adventure Training app and click on the Pacific Crest Core workout. As you can see, we have a little plank circuit followed by some band movements, and then we're back on the floor to finish it off. Really make sure we're getting that core engagement. No warm up. We're hopefully coming into this already warmed up after a run or some cardiovascular effort, but we're going to start off in a high plank. So I'm just gonna grab my mat. Very simple, very effective. Just on my hands. My hands are directly under my shoulders, up on the toes. I'm really thinking about maintaining a straight line from the crown of my head all the way through my heels. A few things we're going to talk a lot about today is the drawing in maneuver. So I'm actively thinking about pulling my belly button in towards my spine without rounding my back. That really helps engage those intrinsic core fibers.
10 seconds, hang in there.
And at the same time, just a subtle posterior pelvic tilt to get the glutes settling engaged.
3, 2, 1.
And then a short little rest. We're gonna transition to a low side plank next. We'll do that on both sides, and then we're ending with one more low plank down the middle. Just a good way to maintain core strength and stability. Okay, so on the forearm, I'm gonna point that bottom toe. We're just 30 seconds here, not too long. A lot of oblique engagement. We're also strengthening the TFL, glute medius, with this one, so consider firing those muscles as well. And I'm pushing away from the floor. Not too long here. Before we switch to the other side. I'm in the middle of my running training, or I guess towards the tail end. I'm tapering now, so I'm really just trying to maintain that core strength and stability to carry me all the way through my running season. Although running season never truly ends. I'm sure I'll be taking a little break after my big race coming up. Again, think about keeping those hips up. TFL, glute med should be firing. Of course, obliques. We're still drawing in here.
10 seconds left. Hang in there. You're done.
Nice work. Short little rest, and then we're just doing one more low plank. We're just going through the plank circuit once, and then we're going through the band circuit twice. One more circuit on the floor to end. This should be a good short and sweet routine to really get things firing.
Low plank.
So this is a minute-long plank here. Do your best. Keeping those hips down, glutes are engaged, abdominals engaged. Don't let your lower back sag. That's where that drawing in and that posterior pelvic tilt are so key. If the plank gets too hard to hold, simply come down to your knees, but don't ditch the plank. Hang in there the best you can. Just don't ever let your form become compromised. And that's usually gonna happen with that low back sagging. Almost there.
10 seconds left. Hang in there. You're done.
Nice work. I'm gonna move my mat out of the way for now. We're definitely gonna be coming back to this at the end of our circuit, and we're gonna get into the band work now. So I love the resistance bands for these exercises because it gets more difficult the further out we get from our anchor point. Again, if you're doing this at home, make sure it's on something super solid. This thing slingshotting back at you is not gonna feel good. So band walkouts, all I'm doing, I'm perpendicular to my anchor, my arms are out in front of me, in line with the sternum, and all I'm doing without rocking, I'm stepping out to the side and then coming back to my solid athletic stance. Notice my knees are bent, my shoulders are down and back. You're gonna really feel this through the abdominals, especially as you get to that end range of motion, and then nice and slow going back. Notice how square I am. I'm not letting the band rotate, we're not twisting, we're trying to resist the twist. That's really what this is all about. I love keeping an eye on my hands for added accountability, and then slow on the way back, and that's key. We don't want to lean too much. You should really feel that in the obliques, in the core. Unfortunately, I got to switch around here, but you'll get another good look at it here. So shoulders down and back, my chest is up, slowly walking out. A lot of glute engagement. Also notice my feet. I'm not letting my knees cave in. I'm not letting the arches collapse. I'm really staying externally rotated, just like a lateral band walk or a squat. Nothing really changes with my technique. I never want that valgus motion in the knee. Staying low. Don't step and then bring the band. That band is locked. Your shoulders are down and back. Nice and slow. Doesn't matter how far out you go. You could take 2 steps in either direction for that matter. Nice. Short little rest. Shake it out. Should really start to feel the core getting activated.
Core twists.
Now that we've resisted the twist, now we're gonna activate with the twist. Okay, so I'm starting off facing the anchor. Hands are still in line with the sternum, and in one motion, controlled movement, rotating all the way around. And then really key, resisting it on the way back. Notice as I pivot, my feet are also pivoting, coming up on that back toe, and then coming up on the back toe. These are amazing to really build some neuromuscular efficiency and that rotational movement that is so important. Of course, we don't run like this, twisting our whole body, but you are definitely using some rotational strength every time you run. Opposite arm, opposite limb. There should be some inherent rotation in your run. That helps create momentum, and it is not necessarily exerting more energy if you're running with great technique. Okay, here we go, other side now. So other leg is forward. Again, nice and slow in one motion. All the way across. I know I've reached my end range of motion when I feel that band up against my lat. And again, nice and slow. A lot of core engagement. I'm stepping away a little further because I want a little bit more resistance. I got another band there I might add on the next round. A lot of core engagement here, up on that back toe. We're still working on stability here, so I'm not going super quick. Maybe we'll do that on the next round. Nice and slow on the way back. Excellent work. I got another band here. I'm just gonna clip that on to the same anchor point here, just to give me a little bit more resistance on the next one. This will definitely be harder for the walkouts. The goal here really is that you're staying with that drawn in motion, that subtle posterior pelvic tilt in chi running. Danny Dreyer talks a lot about running as if you're holding a stability ball. So again, just that subtle tuck of the tailbone forward. Excuse me, putting that ball back. Okay, here we go. Band walkouts. A lot of core engagement. Back slow. Resist it. Again, I'm trying not to lean. And then I also don't want to come all the way slack, right? This is one continuous set, just like a plank. Going for that constant engagement. Keeping the knees out. Nice and slow.
Hang in there.
Couple steps out. Couple steps back.
You're done.
Definitely feeling that added resistance. Feels really good. Again, I'm in running training mode. I'm trying not to do too much, which is why this workout features some shorter sets and is really just kind of a maintenance workout, if you will. I'll often do a routine like this before or after a recovery run or a tempo run. Nice and slow. I actually kind of like facing this way. I can see my shadow. Try to get that band to move smoothly. Make sure my shoulders aren't rocking. Staying low, bent in the hips and the knees. That's about as far as I can go.
10 seconds left.
Couple more out. You should feel that glute medius working as well.
You're done.
Woo! Nice work. Just one more round of the rotations.
Stability core
We might
twist.
add a little bit more speed here, maybe generating a little bit more power in that rotational plane.
We'll start. 3,
Here we go. Okay, up on the back
Stability
toe,
core twist.
shoulders down and back in one motion, all the way across. Notice I'm here, I'm in a lunge position, everything is strong, slow on the way back. We can get a little speed going, generating from the hips. So just like the walkouts, my arms aren't doing anything other than holding on to the band. Whoop, a little balance there. One more good one here. Nice work. So for switching, just the other leg forward
15 seconds.
in this lunge position.
Stability core twists.
Here we go, other direction. This is
Stability
my
core
less
twists.
confident side. I am right-handed, so if I were to swing a tennis racket or a baseball bat, this is backwards for me. But really important to train both sides for obvious reasons. Little foot strength, ankle strength involved with this as well.
10 seconds left. Hang in there.
But again, drawing in pelvic tilt.
You're done. In
Whew!
2,
Nice work. You're gonna need your mat again. Getting into some really fun core exercises here. These might get a little burn going in the abdominals, which is good from time to time. I'm also gonna have a medicine ball handy for some sit-ups at the end. You could use a plate. You also don't need weight.
Lumbar
I'll
walkouts.
demo a few without weight first. Okay, this first one, lumbar walkouts. This is one of my favorite core workouts, exercises of all time.
Lumbar walkouts.
I'm starting in this glute bridge position. My spine is grounded into the floor and then very slowly walking my feet out, maintaining that contact through the lumbar spine. You should really feel this lighting up the core. Nice and slow on the way back. You should not be able to fit your hand or even a sheet of paper between your lumbar spine and the mat. I'm really pushing that spine into the floor, which inherently is gonna make your abdominals engage. Nice and slow on the way out. Maintain that integrity on the floor. Woo! Feeling that in the abdominals. This is a really good one if you've ever suffered from low back pain while running. Oftentimes it's just a weak core, man. And tight hip flexors, tight hamstrings. We got mobility routines from both of those on this channel. Check them out.
you're done.
Nice work. Short little rest. Enjoy it. We're getting into a rotational resistance crunch next. So I'm in this same supine position.
Rotational
And what we're gonna
resistance
do
crunch.
is I'm gonna have one leg out, one leg in, and I'm gonna brace one elbow against the inside of that knee. A ton of oblique engagement here. So I'm pressing, and that's the resistance. I'm pressing the elbow into the knee, switching to the other side. I'm really trying to stay balanced, drive, and create some tension. You're really gonna feel that fire up the abdominals and the obliques here. This definitely mimics that running motion. Opposite arm, opposite leg, of course. Hopefully you're not running on your back. A few more. Definitely getting some hip flexor engagement as well. And that's great. Not letting that other foot touch the ground. Few more. Hang in there. Woo! Nice work. Short little rest. We're ending with seal sit-ups. I'm gonna do them with some added resistance in the form of a medicine ball. If you don't want to use added resistance, if those last two are really difficult for you, no worries. You're gonna sit straight up and you're gonna fold forward, touch your toes, and then slow on the way down, one vertebrae at a time. I'm gonna add 25-pound med ball, sitting straight up, really trying to get my head through the goalpost, and then down slow, one vertebrae at a time. Kind of getting back into that lumbar walkout position. Straight up, and then again, one at a time. Really resisting on the way down. Just a few more. Try not to use momentum. We're trying to isolate the abdominals. You might feel this in the hip flexors too. That's great. That is a part of your core. Nice and slow. I'm gonna try to get one more clean rep here. Straight up. Woo! Nice job. Way to get it done. Good work. Great job hanging in there till the end. These short little core workouts might not seem like much, but especially in the peak of your running season or while you're tapering or even building up into running, it's really important to build and maintain that core strength and stability. It will make a tremendous difference, not just in your running, but your everyday life. We want to be pain-free. We want to feel good from start to finish. Don't forget to check out our Ridge Runner program. Start your 7-day free trial today, and we'll see you next time here at Outdoor Adventure Training.